Oh, ho, ho, ho. Welcome in, everybody, to Amalgamation Nation, the AM Nation pod. It is Thursday evening, which means this is a gaming episode. I am, of course, the anime watching booze, cruising Olivia Munn's and John Cena's following hostess with the mostess himself, Ryan Green Machine Ebner, and you can find this show on Twitter and Instagram. It's at AMNationPod. Make sure you hit that follow button. On YouTube, search Amalgamation Nation and hit that sub button. You can listen on podcast platforms of choice, such as Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and more. If you like us on there, make sure you follow, subscribe, review, all that good stuff. For merch, it's teesprings.com/store/AMNation-Undead Red Bull, or it's down below in the episode description on podcast services. It's our pinned tweet on Twitter, and it's also down below on David's Twitch, twitch.tv/Undead Red Bull. Make sure you go to twitch.tv/Undead Red Bull and watch David stream throughout the week, as well as us on Tuesdays and Thursday nights for live recordings of the show. Make sure you follow and sub as well. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free sub a month, so give it to Undead Red Bull. If you also want to be a part of the show, you can leave a voicemail or text the show at 815-556-9089. Whether that's the gaming show, the sports shows, weebisodes, and everything else in between. And also, if you are into video games, you're trying to keep track of your video games, go download the GG app. It's an easy way to keep track of everything you want to play, everything you have played, make fun list. It's all that cool stuff. You can find us on there. It's at AMNationPod. BK has been doing a good job. A bunch of reviews he's been doing and other things like that, so that's pretty dope. So make sure you follow us on the GG app. Just search at AMNationPod. Joining me this evening from North Carolina, Brendan BK Kennerly. BK, how are you?
Doing good. Driving up to Maryland tomorrow, half day of work, so that's always nice. So I'll be in the cold with y'all finally.
Ah, there it is. Welcome to the winter, bro. That's great. It's fantastic. We're getting like a little bit of a heat wave this weekend. I think it's supposed to get into 30s, so it's a little
nice. Good for y'all.
Yeah, it's warming up, dude. Warming up.
Yeah, late in summer.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah, dude. Love it. I love it. Also joining us this evening from twitch.tv/Undead Red Bull, David, how are you?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome. Did you have yourself a good day? Did you have a good day?
No.
Oh, well, sorry.
I'm sorry, dude.
Sorry, that sucks. He said,
It's okay.
no.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I
sorry.
have work issues.
Oh, of course.
Just say I'm gonna be staying up a little late tonight. All right.
Oh, you know what? Me too, because I have to wait for WandaVision, so it's cool. I'll be up too. Nice, bro.
Oh, well, I'll still be up that time.
Oh, there you go. Because I have to watch it, because if I don't, like, Carlos watches it like right when he gets to work in the morning. So, like, I don't, in case something happens, because now these last 3 episodes are an hour long. I've got theories of what I think could happen, and I think he'd be too excited. And so I'm like, I better just watch it. So it's either I stay up and watch it, or I wake up earlier and watch it, and the second option's not going to happen. So I'll just
It's
stay up a
always
little bit.
easier to stay up later than it is to wake up early.
Damn right. And rounding out the crew this evening, Guadalupe Mow Your Lawn Esquivel. I almost was going to say he'll shovel your driveway, Esquivel, but I don't think that's the case.
That's too damn cool for that
Yeah,
shit.
there it is. Junior, how are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you?
Doing peachy keen, ready to dive into some gaming news. Starting off currently, we always talk about what are we currently playing. So, Junior, I'll start with you. What are you playing?
Recently I just got back into WoW. Kind of got bored playing some of the other games I was doing. Way too much grinding going on for me to try to keep up and stay motivated. So I figured, play something else a little bit more chill and just take my time with. Went back to WoW.
Very nice. Have you been enjoying yourself back in WoW?
Kind of. I mean, it's just one grind after another, going from one grind to a different one.
It's always a grind. Everything is goddamn a
Yeah.
grind, I tell you what. David, what have you been playing?
Same old, playing a little bit of Warzone. Then a shitload of Valheim. So
Boom.
Valheim is an amazing game. I'm enjoying it. So that's basically what I've been playing a lot of for the last week. So
It's pretty cool to see you playing other things than Warzone. I was like, oh, dude, guys, look at this. He's running around from trees and shit. Look at this guy. He's out here getting it done. We're gonna get to Valheim a little bit later in the show, and I'm gonna come to you back on that one again because you are the one that has played it. The rest of us have not yet. I haven't really been playing much of anything. I can tell you that. Haven't been playing shit. I did jump on Pokemon a little bit earlier tonight because I wanted to. I need like one more thing of like max mushrooms so I can put it in like a soup so my Arusafu or whatever it is can like Gigantamax or whatever I needed to do, and I wanted to do that first between moving on to Crown of or the Tundra, the Frozen Tundra area DLC. And I was like, I tried to do that before the show, and it was paying my balls, and I was like, whatever, man, it's pissing me off. I'll go back to it later. I jumped on Animal Crossing for a little bit because I was in the mood for that too. But other than that, really haven't been doing much. BK, what have you been playing?
So I just finished up a couple of games.
Mhm.
Finished up Jedi Fallen Order the other day, and then actually rolled credits last night on Watch Dogs Legion. But I'll do a quick just like update of review of that because we had the review podcast
Uh-huh.
and people would like to hear us go back. That was probably like what was that like November or something, I guess. Like
Yeah.
I can't remember now.
Mhm.
But I wanted to get back into it more or less just to kind of finish it and put it in my finished pile of games. And they came out with a just over 18 gigabyte update to fix that autosave feature, which had frustrated me before and was why I had to really just stop playing it. They fixed that. I would cut the game off quite a few times and it resumed back at the spot it was supposed to. It didn't have any issues. It didn't crash. So that was always nice. The same things that we said about the game still exist in terms of just the gameplay, just kind of being inconsistent, repetitive, and not very good. It's just a bunch of the same drone missions, Spider-Bot missions, and all just kind of done over again. I will say that the game still looks really beautiful. When I was playing it, I just forgot how good that game looks, especially with the ray tracing. Excuse me. With all the neon lights and everything like that, with the futuristic London, and they're just reflecting in real time off the water, and you see them kind of end with the waves and the movement of the water and the light reflections. It looks really, really nice. It's just kind of fun to look at. So I still think it's a worthy game for people to pick up if you find it on sale. I think the other day it got down around $25-$30, which I think is not a bad price point for that game considering how much you get. So if people do want to pick it up, it's nothing fantastic. It's a very okay game. It's it's like a C average student. That's how you just think of this
C's
game.
get degrees, baby. Woo!
C's get degrees. On a more a positive, Jedi Fallen Order. I think I may have mentioned this on a previous podcast, but just that game just feels good. It looks great, and I will say because I know when this game first came out, there was a lot of bugs. It was crashing a lot of people's Xbox Ones and PS4s. I didn't have any major issues on the Xbox Series X. It crashed a couple of times, but nothing super major. It's a lot of fun. This game, it's almost hard to describe because it's like a third-person action adventure, but it has a lot of different elements. It's got a lot of puzzle elements. So if you hate puzzles, do not pick up this game because you will not like it. Because there are a good amount of puzzles, and they're like big open world puzzles. It's cool because you use the force abilities that you have. Like you got to force pull, force push, then you got to slow down kind of time thing. You slow down objects and all that. You got your little droid buddy BD1. He helps you. There's a lot of Metroidvania elements as well, which for people that aren't familiar, it's just more or less. It kind of gives you access to the world, but you can't go into certain areas or places until you get more abilities progressing further in the game. So there will be a lot of backtracking, which can get a little tough with this game because they set it up like the main worlds, you have levels to them, and it displays them on BD1's holo map, and it's just kind of hard to look at and decipher all the time where you're trying to go. So that can be a little aggravating. I guess that's my one main complaint of the game. Like right there is a holo map, but the skills that you get do make you feel more powerful and cool. And the combat is actually quite challenging in this game. It's not easy. You don't have a blaster or anything like that. I mean, you have a lightsaber. That's it. Yeah. You eventually can unlock a lightsaber throw, which is tight, and eventually double bladed like the lightsaber. also tight.
Fuck yeah.
But like, I mean, I played the game on easy, admittedly, and
Mhm.
like was still the combat was not easy. It was still challenging. They would kill me every now and then. It it's a fun game. If I had to rate it, about like a 92 and a half. If I was doing it on a scale of
Oh.
100, 92 and a half. The story was real good, kept you involved. And my only complaint, this is not mostly for this game, but I guess Star Wars franchise as a whole going forward, whatever property may be, comic books, movies, video games,
Mhm.
whatever, is to get away from Order 66, because that's what this game deals with, and that's not
Right.
spoiling much. Cal survived Order 66, and it's just like I feel like we've kind of done that enough now in the Star Wars universe, franchise universe. Like, all right, let's move away from Order 66. It seems like it's been a crutch here for a few years to really get those gripping stories and to put like kind of like the Jedi down. And like I get that, but like let's think of more creative ways, because we've kind of beaten this to death a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, I do. I think you need to get away a little bit more, and let's start to get to just OG, original, just Star Wars stories. And what I mean by that is just your own shit that they can come up with. Star Wars universe is vast. There's so much unexplored, and I would like the video game realm to dive into that just as much as I want the movie realm to do the same. Carlos is currently playing GTA 5 and Cold War. Very nice, Carlos. Very nice. And yeah, dude, sun's out, buns out, baby. Let's get it. I'm wearing shorts this weekend. Don't worry about it. Let's get into the question of the show. So, there's a bunch of games that are turning 10 years old this year. Some of those might make you feel kind of old. I'm going to run through this list real quick. I'm going to ask each of you, what was your favorite that's turning 10 years old? I was going to do the 20-year one, but I'm going to save that for later. Because the 20-year one is also really made me feel old, like really bad. And I was like, I'll wait on that. So turning 10 this year, Dead Space, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Fate of Two World, Pokemon Black and White, Crisis 2, Mortal Kombat, Portal 2, LA Noire, Witcher 2, Infamous 2, there's a lot of sequels in here, Dark Souls, Batman Arkham City, Uncharted 3, Skyrim, and The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword. Junior, out of those, I think I know your answer, but I'll still let you go first. What is your favorite that's turning 10 years old this year?
Oh, Jesus. Like, I'm stuck between two of them, and I've been actually thinking about it all day.
Oh.
But I'm probably going to have to say Mortal Kombat.
Whoa, that's not what I thought you were going.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say Skyrim, but the more and more I think about it, like, Mortal Kombat just has such a nostalgic feel for me, especially playing the very first one, like, at my buddy's house, when we found out we could do, like, add blood effects, which was just mind-blowing for us at the time, which is ABACABB, if I remember correctly. That was the cheat code. The text would turn yellow, and you would hear Scorpion's voice in the background, "Get over here!" Dude, we were fucking jumping up and down like little schoolgirls, like, holy shit, we just did it. We jump into the game, start beating the shit out of each other, and just fucking blood flying everywhere. So, yeah, Mortal Kombat's gotta be my go-to, my favorite game.
Somewhere right now, Mike is listening to us on podcast services, just like you can, and he's yelling. He's like, "Fucking idiot! Fucking dipshit!" Because he knows it's Skyrim. I know that's Mike's pick. Yes, Carlos, Dead Space is 10. It's fucking nuts. It blew my mind. I was like, what? Like, I still remember sitting there playing Dead Space for the first time, and we would play it in the dark. My buddy Jack and I, and then my brothers, and we would play it in the dark, and it was just terrifying as fuck. But it was great. It was great. David, what is your favorite game that's turning 10 this year?
From your list, it would be Batman, Arkham City.
Oh.
Do you have another one that was? I was gonna say that wasn't on the list because I didn't get them all.
It would top my Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and it would be Battlefield 3. Because if you played some Battlefield 3, you
Yep.
all know what I'm talking about.
It's a damn good one.
Yep.
That was some good ass shit. Hopefully, some Battlefield can return to that state this upcoming year. So that's great.
100%. Yeah, I totally forgot about the Battlefield 3. And yeah, Modern Warfare 3 I forgot as well. But Batman Arkham City too. What a great fucking game. Just a fantastic game that really was. The Arkham franchise is so good. So yeah, those are all really good picks. I forgot how much. Yeah, Battlefield 3. That was so fun. There were so many good times with that. That's dope. That's wild that that's also 10 years old. Jesus Christ, dude. BK, what is your favorite game that's turning 10 this year?
I can say I completely agree with you. I remember when that game came out. My apartment that I had with my buddy at the time, like the AC actually like went out, and so it was like around like 96 in the apartment, and so it was actually like it felt miserable inside, but like I was not gonna step away and stop playing Batman Arkham City, so I was just sitting there just sweating my balls off, just like playing that thing, just like with like fans just like trying to blow me just to keep it cold while they were fixing the AC, because the AC went out for like a week or so. It sucked, but that game was just so much fun, and I think Batman probably has the best movie trilogy ever of all the comic book characters, and probably the best video game trilogy of all the comic book characters.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll give you both of those. The movie one, like, certain individuals that might be listening to this will say Iron Man, and they're just fucking fools. Because Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises are three of the best superhero movies ever. I mean, and then, you know, damn. And then even if I didn't want to count Batman, Captain America kind of shits on the other ones too. But yeah, Batman for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Iron Man doesn't have the best trilogy. Someone needs to lay off the crack.
Yeah, some people really love Tony Stank, bro. Some people really love him. I get into him.
I don't know. If we were going to talk about that serious, or those three combined, the only one that would be close enough would be Spider-Man.
Yes, Spider-Man as well, because you get the OG Spider-Man.
They destroy
like
comics.
Tobey Maguire, right?
Good.
The best
the video
Spider-Man.
games are good. Their movies are good.
Yeah. Oh man, those video games on PS2 are legit.
I mean, you have old trilogy, you have the new
Mike's here.
trilogy. So,
Mike, while you're listening and you're in the chat, where I am going to get to BlizzCon this weekend, spoiler alert. But we started this off with games that are turning 10, right? And what are their favorites? And I gave Junior the wide open pass. I gave him the shot. It was an easy shot. I mean, he's going to make this. He's going to drill it, because obviously Skyrim's turning 10 this year. And that man didn't pick Skyrim, Mike.
And you realize he's an old man and misses.
He had bad knees, and he did not pick Skyrim. He picked Mortal Kombat, Mike. So, sorry. Junior let you down, because I really thought he was going Skyrim. But that's okay.
I mean, it's a great game. I love it. I still have it on PC, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mod the shit out of it because it's funny as fuck. You see how far you can push your computer, you know. Like
the Macho Man Randy Savage Dragons will always be my favorite. Ooh, yeah! As he lands, it's fantastic.
Like I said, just for nostalgia's sake, I had to go Mortal Kombat, man.
Yeah, I get you. For me, out of this list, it's Pokemon Black and White. I've said that on so many shows that Pokemon Black and White is my hands down favorite of the series. It was a lot darker. It was its own story. It got rid of you having to just get your same old Pokemon that you would get every game, because you have favorites from the original Pokemon or maybe from the Johto region. The overall Black and White is something that it was the first step in a different direction for Pokemon. That, I mean, they've kind of fucked themselves out of in different as generations continued, but it was something different, and it took Pokemon in a different direction. And Pokemon being one of my favorite video game franchises, and I mean franchises in general, that definitely has to be my number one. If it's not Pokemon, yeah, it's Batman Arkham City. It's just a fantastic game. I love Batman games, and I love what Arkham did in particular with them. The combat was always so satisfying. So I would definitely go with that as my next one if it wasn't Pokemon Black and White, but I'll go with Pokemon Black and White. Let's get into some news. Class action lawsuit filed against Sony for DualSense drifting issues. As I said, I, knock on wood, do not have any drifting issues yet with my PS5 controllers. That's awesome. It's the same thing with my Joy-Cons. I don't have drifting issues with my Joy-Cons, which is cool, but that really goes to that I don't even fucking use the Joy-Cons very often. It's usually my Pro controller. But with Sony doing that, it kind of sucks that, like, we're only, 1, 2, 3 months into the launch of the PS5, yeah, and they're already having drifting issues. That really, really sucks. And that's hopefully something Sony can figure out moving forward, because that's actually honestly super, super shitty for people. So yeah, class action lawsuit, baby. Sony, right off the jump, right off the rip. You hate to see it. Stadia decided to close its first party studios, right? Which is also super shitty. I can't remember if we really got into that a whole lot, but it is really shitty. There was more comments made this week about it, and more stuff came out, and I just didn't throw it in here because we already have enough to talk about as it is. But in the process of that, they are, though, still adding over 100 games this year, which is going to be cool. That's something the Stadia really needs to focus on anyway, is providing as much content as possible, but trying to differ itself. And I don't know if it can. I think, they kind of talked about that. Xbox buying Bethesda played a big role in their decision, and I think it's because Google realized that, which they're just stupid for not realizing this. They are Google. They can search these things on the internet. That this is how the video game industry works. The studio acquisitions and stuff like that, and that's where this is going. And they saw Microsoft make that move, and they're like, oh, that's what we have to do? And Google bounces out of everything that they try. Every new thing they try, they're just like, it didn't pay off right away, so we're out of it. So to see how long they actually really last with Stadia will be interesting, because I think xCloud continues to set that, it continues to move forward, and now Amazon Luna is a big thing too. And now with the Twitch integration, that's going to be huge too, because if they successfully integrate Twitch with Luna, that'll be big, because the Stadia's big thing was, you're going to integrate YouTube, and you'll be able to jump in when you're watching somebody play on YouTube. You could jump right into the game, and it's like that's not even a thing yet. And it's kind of Stadia just it was something that should have been in the oven a little bit longer, and it wasn't. And they jumped the gun, kind of like DCEU movies. They jumped the gun. They weren't ready yet, and it's not great. It's not great, but they are adding over 100 games, so keep an eye out on that. Valheim has now over 300,000 concurrent players last time I checked. That was in less than 2 weeks. It hit 2 million in sales. Of course, you can watch David avoid being killed by trees and various other things on twitch.tv/underripple playing Valheim. David, I want to go to you here. You said you're loving it, but give us a little bit more on what you're loving about Valheim.
So it's, if you like those style of games, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you like Ark or 7 Days to Die, or Rust. It's that style of game, right? It's that type of grind where you got to gather your resources, you got to build your base, you got to defend your base from trolls and these grayling things, and then even potentially skeleton armies, depending on where you're located on the map at the time, or where you build your base at. There's a lot of different aspects to it, and then you got to go hunting, you got to get food, you could go fishing, you could then craft things and put multiple ingredients together to cook a special meal that gives you better health and stamina. You got to go find your copper and your tin and your iron so you can make better weapons and gear. And then it all comes down to your typical survivor type element game, right? I wouldn't categorize it as an MMO, because it's not a massive multiplayer, because they limit it to right now to only 10 people. I don't know if you'd consider 10 as a massive multiplayer game. So I'd probably just say it's like an MMO RPG style, because you could have 10 people up into your server, and then you still have your role playing, and you still got to gather your stuff. And then they have right now up to 5 bosses you could fight. On stream I've killed 2 so far. And they give you certain things, like the second boss just gave me skeleton key, which I could go in the dungeon and now get iron. Now I could slowly get better ingredients to cook things and unlock stuff for my base. But yeah, at first, I'm sure when Ryan was talking about the tree comment, that was a thing, because the tree, once you cut the trees down, it falls. And if it falls your way, you better run, because it's gonna kill you. Because it hurts, it's like it fucking, you whack with the log, all right? So but yeah, it's pretty fun. And then what makes it even better is that I got a couple people that like playing it. So we had 5 people on my server last night. So I even have my own dedicated server up. So we're able to all play and join, and it's on constantly. So I don't have to be some of those games I have to be online for you to play. Well,
yeah, like how Ark used to be.
Yep. We finally set it up to where I don't have to be online, or someone else doesn't have to be online hosting it all. It's on 24/7. They can access it and gather our resources at our own time.
Nice.
Overall, it's great. what's even nicer is that they're still building more content for the game.
Right.
And what's more shocking, I think their development team was only like 5 people. Right?
Yeah,
It was
it's
an indie
super
game.
small.
So it's really small. So that's great. And how much money or 2 million in sales they got to make, a good killing for this indie game. So that just means that we're going to get more content to come. More I would assume they're going to integrate more bosses because there's only 5. They're probably going to include more items, weapons, and things of that nature. Because overall, the world is huge to begin with already. It's massive when you just spawn in, and it's really fun and time consuming. It's just put it that way. Like you just lose track of time. Like you do one simple task, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go get some iron, right? I'm just gonna go out and sail and mine it. That task alone could be like hours from just getting it, mining it, put it in the boat, bring it back down to your base, and then like throw it in the forge and stuff like that. And by the time you do all that, you're just like, holy shit, time just flew by. So that's why I've been streaming it for almost 8-hour, 10-hour days sometimes. So overall, I'm enjoying it. So I would definitely recommend it if you like those style of grindy games. If that's not your style of survival, you probably aren't going to enjoy it. That's just what you have to like those games. If you like them, then it's definitely for you. And I've been telling Junior this is his
I was
game.
gonna say it sounds like Junior's game.
100% a Junior game.
Yeah.
It's just he needs some funds to get that. That's what it comes down to.
Donate to
'Cause he would
Junior's
be- He would
OnlyFans.
be in there right now with me, fucking mining the shit out of some iron and
Dude.
fucking running it with me.
Yeah.
The one thing that like I just remember, me and David, like we both enjoy survival games. I mean, every time a new survival game comes out, me and him out of like our friend groups are the first ones to jump on it and try to get everybody to jump on. And the biggest thing I remember is in Ark, we mined and like grinded so many fucking resources that we had to have like multiple of something to craft the one thing that we needed or whatever. So like if we needed metal, we would both go out, get like about 5, 6, 7 stacks of the metal each, and then we would have like about 10 furnaces going all at once so that we could just get the one thing that we needed. So one time we needed I think we needed to build traps so we could get like sabers and shit. And we were just so burnt out on grinding resources and stuff. We got Mike to go get stone. This dude came back with a raft that had like about 6 chests. Each chest was able to have like about 40 slots, and each slot is able to hold up to 200 stone. He came back with that raft with all 6 chests full of stone.
So
He comes up to us like, "Here, fuckers, here's your stone. I don't want to fucking grind any more stone."
Yeah, Mike. When there is something you need him to grind, that man will grind
He'll do
the
it.
shit out of it, dude. He is a stud.
You'll tell him you need 5 stacks, he'll come back with 40.
Yeah, he's a beast. That's why his mount collection is so great. Because that
So you know
man
what's even
grinds.
better? Like you could do some piriform in the game,
Mhm.
and then one of my buddies came in who loves enjoying this as well, right? Fucking hops on it, and the first thing he's like, "I'm gonna build a moat for the base. We have a huge ass fucking base. This motherfucker is digging around our base, making a moat, right?
Damn.
And then he has to connect it so that the water could get into the river that we're nearby. So I was like, holy shit.
What a
Like,
commitment.
he did that the whole night. And he was like, all right, well, like he just got into the game. He's like, I don't even know how to do anything, but you know what? I'm making a moat. And he just
Oh, shit.
didn't know how to do anything else. Fucking just started doing the moat. It was perfect. And like, we're out grinding. He's making it, which was great because we got attacked by a fucking troll. And then
Couldn't
he's
cross the
swinging his
moat.
log around. It's a tree log, by the way, for all you dirty minds. But yeah, he's swinging his log around,
Oh.
smashes his fucking log on the bridge. And then I was like, thank God he smashed the bridge because you know why? Now he can't get across the base.
Yeah.
So worked out great for us. So, but yeah, the moat came in clutch there because I was like, he's gonna fuck this base up.
Right.
Grinding pays off, man.
Yeah.
Grinding always pays off. That's what it comes down to.
Frank, it's more like Ark than Far Cry. Yeah, it's not like story based or anything like that, really. It's a survival.
I mean, they
game,
have a
right?
storyline.
But yeah,
like,
it
they
has a
have,
story,
These
yeah.
little ancient things you could read, and like, get a little background, like of like the Viking kind of.
Yeah, it's exactly like Ark then, because Ark, did have like a story attached to it, but you had to find the notes as you were exploring and stuff to like kind of piece it together.
Yeah. So it's kind of similar. Like for you to find the next boss, you have to go out and find some like node or location of where that boss is, because or else you won't know. You have no idea. This map is huge, right? we randomly come across it, and we finally found it yesterday because we were looking for the second boss spot for about a day. Couldn't find it. And then one of our buddies who was much more advanced was like, he comes in and I was like, all right, we looked for a whole day. Can you fucking go find that bitch? And we sent him out and he went fucking, he's like, you know, beastie like level. He's like one of those guys that comes in like level 110. And you're like that, you know, like that, like the character like in the, like level 1 costume. Like you ever see that meme and he's like all decked out in armor?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, go find it for us. Cause I was searching and then he fucking just books it. And then he finally found it for us so we could go take on the second boss. Because we needed the second boss in order to start getting iron. So like everything like falls in place. Like, and now we already found the location for the third boss, but we're nowhere near ready to fight that third boss. Probably for a good next week potentially.
Well, damn. Make sure if you guys are into Valheim or you're interested in it, make sure you're watching David play that. Twitch.tv/Undead Red Bull. Moving on here. Warner Brother wins the trademark case for the Nemesis system used in Lord of the Rings Shadow of War. The development community is very upset, saying it's preventing future artistic innovations in the video game medium. BK, I'm turning to you on this one because, frankly, you think it's bullshit.
I do, and it's I forget who tried to I think it may have been the Doom developer or someone that tried to do something like they tried to patent a system or trademark a system a few years ago, and they were denied because it was going back to the same fundamental thing. Like the video games, when new ones come out, they kind of build off of each other. They're slowly getting better, and you think of it just like same with like filmmaking or little, you know, like portraits, like art, like throughout the years, they've built off the person before them. You're standing on the shoulders of people before them that were like that's how innovation happens, is that you try new things. And if they completely just kind of enclose this one system, I feel like it's kind of almost gatekeeping a little bit to future innovation and just to different things being introduced to video games in general. It's pretty shit. I was like reading a bunch of articles and developers were not happy. So like that made me feel good. So like, but it's really shitty by WB. And they've been trying since, I think it was around 2016, 2017 to do this. So they've been trying, and this is their last time, or they weren't gonna be able to do it for however many years, and it went through on the last time. I was like, go fucking figure. So just honestly, I don't want to say don't buy WB games, but just really think about it.
Oh, damn, yeah, that is pretty shit. It's a good way to look at it, where it's like you're supposed to kind of build off of the next, and they kind of block that now. It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah,
So.
like I don't think it's necessarily gonna like block it and gatekeep it, 100%, but it is gonna limit it, because if another company wants to come in and work with that system or use the system, I mean, WB is gonna have the final say on the product or on the development of it, or at worst case scenario, yeah, exactly. They're gonna be asking like, you want to use it, pay up. You know, and a lot of companies are going to be turned off by that.
Yeah,
100%.
Hopefully, someone just works on their own and just builds a better one that's like somehow different and can't get sued, and then it's a big fuck you to WB.
Yeah, 100%. Real quick before we get into Nintendo here, I just want to point out GTA 5 Online is adding the Dinkelverse Versus, which is a different car. They've been adding different cars every week and stuff like that. Carlos was really excited about it and sent it to me in a text. He's like, for the show tonight. And I was like, okay, there it is. So there you go, Carlos. You're welcome.
That's another reason why I got turned off of GTA 5 recently, is because they're drip feeding stuff that we don't necessarily need right now. Like, if you want to drip feed us things, either put in like some sort of supercar or some sort of vehicle that's for the heist, not just about the heist that does nothing. Because, I mean, one of the last vehicles that they added was like this 4-person fucking truck or whatever. Damn thing fucking flips on a little puddle of mud and it sends you over the fucking cliff. It is utter bullshit of a vehicle.
strong feelings from Junior on GTA 5 right now online. Let's get into this Nintendo news. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to go through all the games that were announced, or at least the ones I got written down here, and then I will ask each of you your highlight of the show, and I guess what you thought on it overall, if you got any thoughts on it. Let's start with, we knew Smash was getting a new character, and they showed it. It's Pyra and Mythra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm not even mad that's another Sword characters, but like, where the fuck is Sora and Crash? Fucking cowards. That's all I wanted. Legend of Zelda is getting, it's the 35th anniversary of Legend of Zelda, and everybody is sitting there going, oh man, what are they gonna do? Something big's happening, right? We saw what they did for Mario 35. They gave us the Super Mario collection, the 3D collection, which is fan-fucking-tastic. If you haven't gotten that yet, make sure you do, because you're running out of time. In March, that goes away, so make sure you order that. But then I'm like, oh man, is it gonna be Majora's Mask? Is it gonna be Twilight Princess? What's it gonna be? No, it's fucking an HD remaster of Skyward Sword. That launches July 16th. They are releasing alongside special Joy-Cons that are look like the sword and the Master Sword and the shield. So that would be super dope if you need new Joy-Cons. Yeah, I think you pre-order those right now. The game was originally released in 2011 on the Wii because it was on our 10-year list earlier. And it will have not just motion controls, but it will also have button controls as well. I think I speak for many Legend of Zelda fans where it just said, why? You know? DC Superhero Girls Teen Power releases June 4th. Mario Golf Super Rush, June 25th. Let's fucking go. I really wanted Mario Strikers or baseball, but that's okay. I'll also take a new golf game. The problem here is it's going to have online, but Nintendo Online is straight dog shit. So that fucking sucks.
It's bad.
Yeah, I tried to play Pokemon earlier. Fucking rough. It's fucking rough. They teased at the very end of the show Splatoon 3 coming in 2022. That's going to be super dope. Fall Guys arrives on the Switch this summer. It's also coming to Xbox this summer as well. No More Heroes 3 arrives August 27th. Triangle Strategy is a new RPG from Square Enix. Honest to God, this is probably the game of the conference. This looked really fucking cool. But also, thank God Triangle Strategy is a working title, because otherwise, that's a terrible title name. It's a turn-based RPG. It looks super fucking dope. I believe the demo is out now. I'll probably install that after the show because I want to check that out. Miitopia, famous game on the DS, it releases and returns to the Switch this year. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville Complete Edition, that comes out later this year. Special Pro Controller will release with a Monster Hunter Rise theme. That's super dope. Mike was just talking about how he needs a Pro Controller, so there you go. Outer Wilds comes to the Switch later on this year. They also tease a Star Wars game, Star Wars Hunters. It's going to be a free-to-play arena game. Sounds like there's Jedis, bounty hunters, stormtroopers, Wookiees, and all sorts of shit, so I need to see more of that. But I heard free-to-play, and I was like, oh, okay, we'll see what that is. Knockout City from EA arrives May 21st. It's like Extreme Dodgeball, kind of. Ninja Gaiden, the Master Collection, June 10th to the Switch. But just put them in fucking Smash. Like, if you're going to announce this fucking collection, just put them in Smash. Again, these are the issues that I have with some of their decisions they make. Neon White lets you fight demons in heaven. Looks like a cool, like, kind of like almost anime game, which is the theme of this conference. A lot of anime-related games. That was pretty dope. Animal Crossing update arrives March 1st. It's featuring, it's me, Mario! You're going to have new Mario-themed clothes, items, and more. You can place warp pipes on your island. That's super fucking cool. I'm really excited. Cannot wait. I just hopped on my island. It's actually on right now behind me. But I'm really excited for the Mario theme. Let's fucking go. March 1st, baby. And that kind of it. There's probably more stuff sprinkled in that maybe you guys liked. I just might have missed it. But BK, I'll start with you. What was your highlights of the conference? Remember, this is the first Nintendo full direct we've gotten in 530 days.
It feels like so long from even when we had the next gen consoles, but it's just like having a director, like missing E3. I feel like we really missed these things in 2020, and it was definitely good to kind of have this again. But my big hitters, I actually never played Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I always wanted to, but I just heard like, I think it was that one where it was like, oh yeah, like you don't really get into the game until you get to like the 120 hour mark. And I was like, I don't know if I can invest that much time into this game. But I did have the first one on 3DS. Really enjoyed it. super excited for Mario Golf. It's all the Mario sports games are just a lot of fun. For me personally, I super enjoy them. Mario Tennis, like way back in the day, I'm talking like N64 days, like that was the shit. And Super Mario Strikers on the GameCube, that was the shit. So definitely, really excited for that one. And then Splatoon 3. I was a big fan of Splatoon 1 when it first came out on the Wii U because I was one of the few like 1,000 Wii U owners. I don't think
Shout out to you, bro.
And playing that game, and it was just so cool to see Nintendo's take on a first-person shooter. It was definitely different. I mean, I got wrecked online in that game. Like, holy crap! Like, I mean, but I'm not very good at video games. I admit that. But that game, I think it's going to be really good. Splatoon 2 was another hit for them. I'm really excited about that one. In terms of everything else, I just watched the trailer again for Neon White, and that's from Annapurna Interactive. They've done a few good games here the past like 5-6 years, so that could be a cool one to check out. It kind of gives me Bleach vibes, which we were talking about like the other day. So those are the big ones, and hey, Nintendo. You got this, Animal Crossing update coming out. It'd be a really great time to send me a code, and I'll play that game. I'll check out the update live. I'll give you my thoughts live on David's Red Bull channel here, while he's also streaming Valheim.
amnationpod@gmail.com for the code Animal Crossing.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, nudge. Listen, if Nintendo sent any type of code, I'd feel really special. I'd be like, oh, that's cool.
It's a
I
big win.
think we
It's a
would get
big
a
win.
cease and desist order before they send us codes.
Right?
Probably.
Like, did you hear how he said that, Mario? Fucking asshole. Oh, man, I love Mario. I'm sorry. We're sorry. David, is there anything that jumped out to you that Nintendo announced?
Maybe some Mario Golf. Plants vs Zombies. That's more of a remake or a remaster.
Yeah, I think it's
out.
like the complete edition or something. Yeah.
Yeah. That's about it. Not really too much into the games that kind of came out. Animal Crossing update be kind of cool, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yep. Mario Golf. I'm fucking hyped. Junior, was there anything? I know you don't have a Switch, but is there anything on there that you're like, oh, that sounds cool?
Mario Golf, obviously. Like BK was saying, any of the Mario sports games, always had fun with those. And the only other one that I could see is Ninja Gaiden, the Master Collection. That looks pretty dope.
Ninja Gaiden is my shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's fantastic.
Like that's like one of the first hack and slash games that I can remember playing.
Yeah, 100%. For me, it's Mario Golf as well, obviously, just because everyone's hint on it. Yeah, the Mario sport games are great, but fucking give me Mario Strikers, you fucking cowards. Just do it. Just fucking do it and give me All-Star Baseball. Like, those games, Mario Strikers did not need to go that hard, but it fucking did. And it was great, dude. I love that fucking game so much. So I hope Nintendo at some point gives us that. That would be great.
Like, all the crazy ass fucking power up to score a goal.
Yes, 100%. Also, for me, I'd say Triangle Strategy, the new RPG, turn-based RPG from Square Enix. I'm fucking in. Like, let's do it. I love it. I'm gonna play the demo. I think that's fucking awesome. The game that I've wanted to play, and I just haven't, because I know if I do it, it's gonna be hours upon hours that I have to spend in this game. But Fire Emblem Three Houses, like, I want to play it so bad, dude. But because I love Fire Emblem, one of my favorite Nintendo franchises. But like, man, that's a commitment. So it's on my Switch list. But this Triangle Strategy, which again, working title from Square Enix, this is fucking cool.
Awful name.
Yeah,
it's an awful name.
Yes,
honestly, they have weird names for this. Like, I mean, like Bravely Default's not a good name either. Great game.
Yes.
And then I played Octopath Traveler, and that's a good game.
Same
name there too.
Those are the same studios working on that as this. So
yep,
there you go. Nailed it.
So there's a thread.
There it is with weird names. Yeah, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be really cool. Because I'm gonna check out the demo because I really want to see what it's like. The Animal Crossing update. Fuck yeah, dude! It's Mario. I'm excited. The trailer where you can set up the blocks and everything, and like, oh man, I was fucking in, man. And then they had the pipe with the flag where it changes when you get to it. And oh man, I can't wait. I said I was excited for Pyra and Mithra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They're going to be really cool. Like, I don't mind more sword characters in Smash. It doesn't bug me because I main mostly all the sword characters, so I have no problems with that, as long as there's something different to them, right? Like Sephiroth, it was cool because he was heavy, and like it was a little bit different in the way that you played him. So I'm cool with it. And then obviously Hero from Dragon Quest, that was a little different too, with his the abilities. You could scroll the scroll wheel or whatever it is, and so I'm excited for that. The biggest letdown for me is still Skyward Sword. Listen, Skyward Sword is an alright game. It was an alright game when it came out 10 years ago. It's an alright game now. There's so much more, and I do hope, I'm holding that hope that Nintendo later in the year is like, alright, because you have to celebrate Zelda properly, dude. It's 35 fucking years. That is one of your main franchises. It's right up there with Mario. You have to do it properly. So I hope that they're like, here's like Majora's Mask remastered. And I'm like, oh, shit. Let's fucking go. And I do hope that we get something like that down the line. I was talking to Joey during it because I saw the Joy-Cons and I knew he'd love it because he has the replica shield and Master Sword that he got before. So I was like, oh, he's got to get the Joy-Cons. But he's like, man, fuck's my Pokemon remakes, bro. And my biggest thing for this is for everybody that's like freaking out because they need their Sinnoh remakes and shit. Pokemon is gonna will have their own direct. They will not jump in on a regular Nintendo Direct. Nintendo knows they can just have their own Pokemon thing. Next week is Pokemon Day. It's a 25-year celebration of Pokemon. You're gonna get so much Pokemon content this year that it'll just come right out your nose and your ears. There's gonna be so much fucking Pokemon content. So I say everybody that's really freaking out because they want their remakes, hey, just chill. We're gonna get our own Pokemon Direct. I have confidence in that. But I love that Nintendo just like shadow bombs it. Just like boom, here's a direct coming, and you're like, oh shit. And it's the same thing every time, man. We as Nintendo fans, we get super fucking excited for what it could be, and then they announce shit, and everyone's kind of like, oh man. I'm still gonna give Nintendo my money though. No problem with that. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. So we'll see what Nintendo continues to have in store for us. I also just love that all of this. The press conference was pressed as early 2021 games, and then a bunch of these are like later or in the summer or like other shit, and I'm like, you fucking liars, you motherfuckers, man. You always get us, Nintendo. So we'll see what's moving on from Nintendo moving forward. Moving on here, Fortnite presents Short Night in Party Royale on February 20th. That is Saturday at 2 p.m. BK time. It will be showing various animated short films from around the world in Party Royale mode. So that's pretty fucking cool, man. If you want to check those out, jump on Fortnite, 2 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know if people know this, but sea shanties, they're fucking popular, right? I love sea shanties. I think everybody loves sea shanties in the group. But TikTok made them even more popular. They're literally the reason BK installed the TikTok was because
and Duke.
Yeah, and Duke and sea shanties. Duke and sea shanties. That's what BK's here for. And yeah, sea shanties and Duke. And also what's popular, Sea of Thieves. It had their most successful month ever in terms of concurrent users. That's fucking crazy. You got the battle pass getting ready to start. Season 1 is about time to set sails in Sea of Thieves again. But I will only do it if Slap Nugget agrees to play. That's the only way I'll do it. I think we've said that many times. He's the only one that is like focused and can like show like everybody what we need to do. If he ain't I can't do it. It doesn't matter though, because like at that point, then it's like I've just like 2 hours of my day is just like us just wandering an ocean, and I'm like, come on, bro, there's gotta be a fucking reason to this. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. So, but yeah, I'm down if Slab Nugget wants to run it back. I'm down. Kid does play games. I just I don't see it. Mike says I want a Ditto in Smash, then he can transform into whoever you're fighting. That's fucking nutty. But that would be fucking cool. But that's super have, nutty.
Like, one big power up. But yeah. Can you imagine how much coding would have to go into that one character?
Got to be similar to well, I mean, it's kind of similar to Kirby, right? In a way.
Yeah, I guess.
But it'd be a little bit more complicated. But yeah, that'd be cool. Amazon's working on an MMO called New World, and it's now delayed until August 31st, 2021. So it'll be out later this year. Xbox revealed their new Xbox wireless headset. It's priced at $99, which is actually a really good price for the quality you're supposed to be getting out of it. Pre-orders are live, and it will launch March 16th. So it's already sold out. Goddamn. So if you're looking for an Xbox headset, you'll have to wait in line just like everybody else. Just like Xbox consoles and PS5s. We're just out here waiting. Out here waiting, everybody. Goddamn. No Man's Sky update allows players to tame, breed, and train alien creatures. Is also on the Game Pass in case anybody wanted to give No Man's Sky a try. I was thinking about it because when I saw that, oh, yeah, it's kind of fucking cool. I haven't jumped into No Man's Sky in a long time, so that's kind of cool. I might be interested in doing that.
Yeah, I was playing it maybe in December-ish. Heavy on the Game Pass because I had it because it's on the Game Pass.
Well, of course.
It wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I would get into taming, but it's almost, your survival style game.
100%.
My type of style.
I'll say that's right up yours and Junior's alley for sure. I'm gonna get to let's end the show with that. So I'm gonna skip here. Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund spent $400 billion on stonks for EA, Take-Two, and Activision Blizzard. Now I think it comes out to like they own almost like they have almost a 3% or a little under 3% stake in like each one of those companies when they split the money up that they put into each one of those. So that's pretty crazy. I think it's the largest public investment fund put into anything ever. Like $400 billion. That's a fuck ton of money. So pretty dope investing into these video game companies. Some of them kind of shitty. Looking at you, EA. I'm kind of looking at you too, Activision. Kind of looking at you too. If you've ever played Dota from Valve, it's getting an anime, and I was gonna throw this on a Weebisode, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it now because otherwise I'll forget. So that's coming out March 25th on Netflix. Dota: Dragon's Blood, and I'm just excited that the animation doesn't look like Dragon's Dogma. Thank fucking God. Boy, we talked about it on the Weebisode and how fucking Mike got hyped for it, and then the very next Weebisode he's like, I'm so sorry I led everybody wrong way. It's so bad. Oh, so.
That or that clip I showed you for Tales of Demons and Gods.
Oh yeah,
that was fucking horrible.
That was rough. That was fucking rough. So if you're a fan of Dota, check out the Dota Dragon Blood anime. It arrives like I said, Netflix March 25th. Check it out. Marvel's Avengers, right? We talked about that game before, and a little bit of a floppy flop for Square Enix and company, but it is arriving on next gen March 18th. I mean, honestly, bro, fuck it, dude. I guess I'll get it on my PS5 and I'll jump in. I'll play some fucking Marvel's Avengers. Let's do it. I played the demo and it was alright. I mean, but fuck it. I'll give it a shot. Who cares? Whatever. I like Marvel, so fuck it. I'll try it out. Someone's got to do it for the squad. I'll do it. I have no problem with that. BlizzCon Online begins tomorrow. That is Friday, February 19th, 2 p.m. Pacific time. That's it. I don't know why I didn't mean to throw an S in there. Pacific time. Dan time. 2 p.m. Dan time. That is when it begins. Make sure you check it out. The first day will be basically like if you've watched BlizzCon before, it's their news conference, so where they show you what's going on with each of their games, their franchises. There's a lot that can be shown, and it can also disappoint me, kind of like Nintendo Directs. I don't know what's gonna happen. They've already said, Overwatch 2 isn't coming out this year. Maybe they fuck around and then do it. Maybe they do it anyway. They're like, fuck it, it's coming out this year. Diablo 2 remake, please, tease it at least.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Let's fucking do it, baby. I'm fucking bored of Diablo 4. All right, let's fucking do it. Give me Diablo 2 remake. I'm ready. I know you're not going to get Diablo 5. You might get something else about it, but you're not going to get a release day on that. Someone was
Diablo 4 not even debuting yet.
Yeah, exactly. Someone was like, they need to announce that they're working on a new World of Warcraft, and I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, that'd be cool, but it's not. Like to completely
just got an update. Hey,
I love that game and I hate it at the same time.
Not an expansion though. Like a whole new game.
Like a whole new game would be nice, but I doubt it.
I doubt it too. But it's just one of those the pipeline dreams where you're just like, that'd be really fucking cool, but it ain't happening.
Speaking of new games to try out, big shout out to BK right now. He just fucking gifted me Valheim.
Oh wow! Oh shit! He gifted him Valheim.
I said it
to the club, BK. We're all by Junior Games.
Yeah, it's true.
I gotta give you that role because we've all done it already.
Yep, I bought him WoW.
It's a small shout out to Elaine here because she has some was talking with her about like her bookshelf collection and everything like that. So she's sending my wife and I some books to add to our collection. So it's like, well, I want to give you some money for it. And she's like, oh, well, no, pay it forward. So I was like, oh, it's a good opportunity to pay it forward to someone. I know Junior likes those games. So and I think I said in my notes to Junior there.
Download that because I'm starting this up right after this game. Or
I said in the note, I was like, make sure you have to play on with David when he's streaming and to not suck dick.
And
So,
not suck dick.
That's
He already failed.
fantastic.
He already failed. Didn't even start. He already failed.
Good thing that you said he late, because like I low key, not on purpose, would have forgot that we had a voicemail because I'm so used to voicemails in the sports show. I almost fucked that one up, but I do remember.
I can
now.
see this going exactly like the way one of our playthroughs of an arc with me and David is. We both ended up trying to set up our own fucking camps. We just got pissed at each other.
Well, I already got my camp, so you just.
I'm gonna take half that shit because half that shit's mine.
There you go. There you go. Like I said, BlizzCon begins tomorrow, Friday, if you're listening to this on podcast services, 2 p.m. West Coast time. Make sure you're checking that out. Starting tomorrow, Friday, February 19th, you can visit your local GameStop curbside or in-store and receive a free shiny Toxtricity for Sword and Shield. The reason I was really hard on that emphasis, BK saw it earlier, so many dumb fucks. They're like, wow, real nice to do that, promote that during a fucking pandemic, assholes. And I was like, man, motherfucker, it says curbside. It doesn't take long to read, bro. It don't take long to read, bro.
Before even in store, but like,
Yeah.
all right, like honestly, like I've been to GameStop like in store, and it's like required to like wear masks and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like,
There's like 2
and
people
when I
in
picked
there,
up
bro.
and when I picked up my Xbox, like, I mean,
I'm going in this weekend. We got one at our mall. It's like the only one near us.
Yeah,
I'm going to go in there. I'm going to grab my
like-
shiny Toxtricity and be like, thank you very much. And have a great day. Fucking
yeah,
awesome.
like, I picked up Mortal Phoenix Rising the other day because I had a bunch. Like, I
Oh, you have to let me know how that is. Oh, he froze. Oh, let's see.